And we are back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BTS Summer Cup. We are still playing out the quarterfinals. It's the final quarterfinal before we have the lower bracket playoffs between the teams that weren't able to achieve wins today. And this is game 2 between Singularity and 20-minute AFK. And Singularity, I'd say a convincing win, right? Like, it wasn't like 30,000 net worth lead or whatever, right, Liz? But it was, we said we could see the map movements from 20 minutes AFK moving closer and closer to the fountain over the minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I could actually see some frustration from 20-minute AFK because, in my opinion, they had this game kind of sort of in control until Team Singularity had their BKB zone. They could have done so much more, but they just didn't. We're going to see a Beastmaster opening now. Again, this time from 20-minute AFK or less, just as the last time. It's, I guess, one of Flow's signature heroes, and overall, I really value the Beastmaster a lot. Gives you a lot of, well, you're strong on the lane, so your laning presence is significant. Later on, you can push out waves, and you can get pickoffs, and you have a BKB piercing stun, so this hero is just amazing, and it's a valuable first phase pick. We don't see a Crystal Maiden pick or ban so far, so let's see if Team Singularity does anything about that, or they go for something like a Witch Doctor.
Okay, that's a hero that we aren't seeing much. Usually you see it as a counter to like a Chin pick, but that was banned out already. So peculiar that they pick, they must have something in mind. They must have something to combo with.
Well, Witch Doctor overall, what he gives you is, yeah, it gives you some sort of a reliable way of dealing with Chen because of the cask that lasts 10 seconds on creeps or something. That's great, but overall, why he's picked right now even more is because of his sustain. Like, his second spell, yeah, the heal is just ridiculous. And we have a Bloodseeker. Last time it was banned in the second phase. This time, Singularity just doesn't want to risk it and opens up. It's very ballsy picking him in the first phase, but the hero is really in the meta and he's strong.
I think it's kind of a case of when you pick it early, you don't really, it's not easy to find a counter pick to him directly. It's more like, okay, we're going to pick heroes that don't tend to get low on HP easily. For example, Oracle can heal people up. So it's kind of like, it gives you time to mitigate the threat he presents, but it doesn't really give you an opportunity to go, okay, this is, I don't know, you picked a Luna, let's pick a Terrorblade. It's not that type of scenario.
Yeah, there aren't any, let's call them major counters, because if you open up with him this early, you can lane him anywhere, so you can sort of adapt. And looking at it from that aspect, you're right. But you don't, at the same time, if they pick a Bloodseeker this early, you're probably not going to go for a Lycan, let's say, or something like that gets completely shut down. However, you might go for a Lina, let's say, because you know that you're going to have sort of an advantageous lane on mid. You're going to be fine. But at the same time, Bloodseeker is so in the meta because of these dual lanes that he actually does not care much about counters, as you said. And they ban out the Huskar. They really don't want the Oracle Huskar in this particular game. So, yeah, it's just a normal counter. Yeah.
Like, it's, I think it's usually that and Ursa that people are scared of when they see something like an Oracle or Dazzle. Those two are the most likely to appear.
Yeah. They ban out the Lycan. Last game, they got really punished by it, so they don't want to see it again. However, with Oracle or any hero that has any saves, you're basically looking at, as you said, Ursa, Huskar, and you're actually looking at these heroes like Death Prophet as well. Heroes that have really strong ultimates, but they need some backup behind them. So Oracle, Death Prophet was something that was very usual. She kind of fell off out of the meta after being picked so much in the last month. But overall, it's a possible pick as well. And we have a Winter Wyvern. A hero.
I was gonna say, Wyvern's an interesting one to pick here. I'm not really seeing anything it directly counters right now.
And you get the Skyrat instantly after.
Hey, you know, why not? Let's bring that hero back. Like, speaking of heroes that get spammed constantly at the moment, there's that. I don't think we saw much of him yesterday, surprisingly, actually. That was...
Yeah, like, he isn't picked as much as he was, but he's strong versus Wyvern. He's strong versus Bloodseeker as well. If Bloodseeker uses Blood Rage on himself, Skyrat hurts even harder. So And this is going to be a good old Beastmaster Skyrat duel offlane. I think 90%, and that lane is very hard to play against. On the other hand, Skyrat is also really good versus Wyvern. Well, not super good, but if Winter Wyvern decides to heal someone, Skyrat has a free setup for his ultimate as well. So that's kind of all right. Winter Wyvern, however, this is Team Singularity taking a page out of Wind and Rain's book, right? Because this is a position for Winter Wyvern. We don't see it a lot. We don't see this hero picked way too much, but it's still a strong hero, and it's a strong dual offlane. If you pick any tankiness, I think we used to see Doom being picked by War. They would go Winter Wyvern Doom. And it's a really strong lane because you have 2 slows and you have 2 heroes that actually not 2, 3 slows and 2 heroes that dish out so much damage together.
It's also this hero like is better as a 4 because you can farm up as well. Like Splint Blast is a decent farming mechanism.
Definitely. It's one of those heroes that pushes out lanes very well. So just in that aspect, you always get enough farm. Like you're never gonna see a poor Winter Wyvern. It's very unlikely. It's one of those supports like Kotl. Just by the nature of the hero, you're eventually gonna get farm because you're gonna be pushing out waves. I really like this. Actually, I like these 2 supports a bit better than Oracle and Skyrat because one of the supports has this ability to push out waves, and if you can take one of the supports to go onto a lane and push out waves, it opens up the map a lot for your cores because they are not bound to that. And we have a Spectre.
Okay, this is starting to kind of construct together. I was going to say the other thing that Singularity has in abundancy is healing. Like they have so much sustainment in lanes that they can, especially with these 2 kinds of sports, they can enable the Bloodseeker by getting people low, and it'll always be an effective trade because they've got the ability to heal afterwards.
I mean, honestly, Witch Doctor and Spectre, they're a decent lane. One of the lanes that is also very strong with Spectre is Warlock, right? These heroes that sustain her, and she goes, 3 tangos or 6 tangos, mangoes, and stouts, and she just doesn't die on that lane. Versus most dual lanes. However, she's playing versus Beastmaster and Skyrat. And these 2 guys, like, you can have as much sustain as you wish. These guys are still gonna hurt. So Witch Doctor Seal, he's gonna have to stack up on those clarities or something because they're gonna bring the pain on that lane. And I'm not gonna rule out Spectre dying a couple of times there if she's not super careful.
So you're probably on the side of Singularity, you got to target something final pick that bridges that early mid game, I'd say. Like you need someone that's a lane dominant hero. Bloodseeker's good for the mid game, but you need something that's gonna propel you forward past the laner phase.
Yeah, Bloodseeker feels that role, as you said, but you need another hero because of the Spectre. You need to.
What about... I don't know about Brewmaster, because you've got Skyrath that can silence and the Prime Roar as well. But you need that type of hero that, like, fulfilling your offlane that can just initiate and control the fight, right?
Yeah, you need the dual offlane with Winter Wyvern. It's actually decent versus these heroes, and that's gonna transition into the mid game. Something tanky and in front. And at first glance, Doom isn't banned, so I can see that happening unless 20-minute AFK team bans it. But besides that, you talked about Panda, and Panda is kind of alright. But there's Skyrat Silence, there's Beastmaster's Roar as well, so it might be a bit difficult for him to split.
I feel like Doom's definitely the best shout. Like that's a fair point. I was thinking, what do you think about Centaur? Because that's a hero we haven't really seen at all. He's still somewhere in the wild, and no one picks him.
Yeah, Centaur is alright. What they're lacking, though, is they're lacking real disable for the Storm Spirit. So the only insta-cast stun that they have right now is Winter Wyvern's ultimate. And they ban out the Zeus. So picking Storm and banning out Zeus is... I mean, I was thinking about this. They have the Bloodseeker, but they could roll like a Zeus offlane or a Zeus safe lane and trialing with Bloodseeker. Zeus would have been good, definitely. It's insanely strong with Bloodseeker. But at the same time, you have a Storm Spirit to go on him. But if those ganks fail, like we saw yesterday, I think it was Dandy Storm versus 9 Zeus. If those ganks fail on the Zeus, like he just rolls out of control. So overall, I like the Zeus ban, but they need some catch. They need some catch for the Storm Spirit. Let's just see what AFK team picks first. What do they need? They need some carry. They need some carry that's decent versus Spectre. Most of them are banned, though.
Maybe some of the builds in the Silver Age would be beneficial. Slark would have been a dream, but obviously that Bloodseeker pick. Do you feel like Juggernaut is viable again, or is he still just out in the wild?
I don't know. I don't like it so much.
It feels
played
weird.
versus the Junk yesterday, and it just didn't feel strong.
What about Troll, actually? That was the thing I was thinking earlier on, is they've got an Oracle.
Troll could work. Troll could definitely work. It's not going to be easy to lane versus Wyvern. And they go for Luna, actually. All right.
Oh.
I mean, ballsy, I think.
I think it flexes Singularity's ability to pick an off lane better, right? Like, Luna, because she's short range, she's more susceptible to just being ran out of lane.
Yeah, and I'm not certain what this lane is going to be like. If they lane Oracle and Luna, it's not really strong. So they might have to sacrifice the potential that they have on a lane. That they could potentially make the Skyrat Beast dual offlane, but then this Luna is going to get shut down by any... And we have a Lina pick.
Okay, so Bloodseeker in the off lane. By the looks of it, yeah.
It's Bloodseeker offlane and mid Lina.
I was going to say, the weird thing about this actually is, like you said, Oracle doesn't really do much. In fairness, with the Luna as well, though, the Luna Blessing does make you a little bit more relevant. And I think some of the loads people like to comment on is Oracle has a very good attack animation. And a decent speed.
Definitely. The Blessing helps you out, especially if you... We were talking about this yesterday as well. If you have a hero that goes for a null talisman, like a position 5 or 4 that's greedy enough to buy a null talisman, plus the Luna's aura, like, you can do a lot of that. I like the pink hair on Luna, by the way. Very nice.
Is this like a teasing insight into what you're going to do with your hair soon? You going pink, Liz? Come on.
That's it. Pink lizard incoming, man. Anyway, the Lina pick really caught me off guard. I didn't expect this, but overall, you don't really want to lane the Bloodseeker, I suppose, on mid. So having Lina versus Storm is all right, and then you can put Mikey with Bashrok on offlane.
Yeah, it's not that Melee's versus Storm is terrible. It's that type of hero that you're going to trade, and it's probably not going to work out because of Remnants every time.
Yeah, Remnants hurt once you are Blood Raged, so it's not really great. However, it's going to be interesting to see the Bloodseeker on the offlane. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to pressure this lane or what they're going to do. Most likely, it's going to be Bashrok. Yeah, he actually went for Orb of Venom on Winter Wyvern. So he's going to look to be very aggressive on this lane.
I mean, I'll kill it off. That is interesting. Orb of Venom did get nerfed. I feel like it's still worth being picked up, though.
It's all right for the slow. So the damage, I think, got nerfed recently, right?
Yeah, it went from 5 to 3 for range heroes.
So the damage got nerfed, but damage was good before, but it wasn't really the main reason you were buying it. It's the slow. Because the more you slow the target, the more range you have to actually close the gap, to hit him a few more times. It's not really that 5 damage per second. Yeah, it's alright, but it's not
that
the main
kind of
reason.
Logic that you're going to get maybe 1 or 2 extra hits in the harassment phase. That
you get a hit or 2 extra on them, and you can maybe run away if they try to turn on you. And like, you can maneuver a bit easier once you have someone under the Orb of Venom effect. So especially when you have Arctic Burn as well on Winter Wyvern.
Interesting, actually. The Oracle didn't choose to go for an Orb of Venom himself. He's gone for just the Salves, Tango. And looks like Singularity are going to move in and secure these runes in the top. Meanwhile, 20-minute AFK do the exact same thing in the bot. 2 apiece.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where Solon is going to go. Is he going to stay on top? Are they completely sacking Nico Baby or not? Because he has 9 tangos and the healing salve.
I think he's expecting a hard time.
Yeah, Witch Doctor is just... Yeah, he's definitely expecting a hard time. And it's justified because Valhor is already going behind the tower. Going after him.
Gets hit by the dagger, though. And it's going to be a lot of damage done to him as a result of this.
Yeah, but Witch Doctor doesn't want to go for Cask. I think they could have killed him, but he didn't want to go for Cask.
Missed opportunity, potentially.
I'm not certain if... I think that was right choice. Because even if they killed him, yeah, you get some gold at the start.
But then he's back instantly.
Yeah, he's back instantly, and you get completely zoned out of the lane. It's... I mean... I can't say that I would have done the same thing. Like... You know, like, I would be greedy. I would have taken that cask. I would go for the kill. But this is definitely smarter. Getting Voodoo Restoration is definitely more valuable on this lane than one kill on Skyrat Mage early on.
Yeah, I mean, Scarif is just that type of support. It's like, you kill me, I don't care. I'm now coming back with full mana, and you're going to get harassed out for it every time.
Exactly. He comes back and he completely dominates you afterwards, so you actually didn't do anything to him. This way, you're going to get levels, and your Spectre is going to be, well, relatively safe to farm.
Come on, Mikey, getting super low. Lucent Beam, and Sonico will finish him off. And actually, he Blood Raged Bashrock as well.
Yeah, he got punished very hard too, so he's super low as well. I mean, this lane is... We haven't talked a lot about this, but Wyvern Bloodseeker lane... I'm not so... I don't know, I'm not so certain about this. It looks kind of weird. Maybe when the other lanes get low enough and Mikey gets his Thirst on, maybe then they can punish Ark and Soneko. But like this, I don't think so. I think Luna and Oracle are actually the stronger duo here.
I think it's also the kind of case of, like, what lane is going to do that damage, right? The bottom is very defensive for them. They can't easily harass out, as shown by the fact they had to go for Voodoo at level 1.
Yeah. The thing is, like, when you're a Skyrat, you really hate playing against Witch Doctor and Warlock. Basically because of this. These two heroes just take their little heals and they heal their carry until he's full, and then you just feel like you're wasting your mana for a spell that actually takes much less mana, you know? Like, you're not trading properly. Like, your mana trades are always gonna be bad, because Warlocks... I think Warlocks is 120 mana heal, and Witch Doctors is 35 to activate. So, and your Arcane Bolt is 90 mana, so you can't really trade very well. You have to go for kills. And your Bloodseeker on the other lane does not really appreciate that. Solen, though...
Solen in a little bit of trouble. He has to throw out the cast, but it's not going to bounce anywhere. The Axes fly through, and they need 2 more Arcane Bolts. They might actually get it as well. Blow, hunting him down. Solen turns around, though, and he will die.
That was a misclick. That was definitely a misclick.
Nico, baby, is he in trouble as well? He might be. They have enough of this. They needed one more tap. No Arcane Bolt available, though. Had the Mango, but no, because of the cooldown.
Yeah, this was really good. It's exactly what we talked about. They can't trade hits with them. They can't harass them and zone them out all the time, but they have to go for these kills. It's not really very good for them because, as you can see right now, Nico Baby didn't die there. It's only Witch Doctor that died, right? And he's getting a full creep wave here because of it. Because Skyrat, he lost all his mana, he needed to go base. And Nico Baby is just gonna free farm for 2 waves, for 2 complete waves. So, in the current meta, it's much better to just zone them out, to keep them low. But versus a Witch Doctor just stops you from doing that because of all the heals. You can't just spam. They have to go for these kills, and as a result, Spectre is gonna get some farm.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. They just need to create the space. And that's kind of things. Right now, you're creating the space. How is Mikey really doing, though? Solen, what are you doing out here? Concussive shot did connect, but it's going to be close. He will fall, though.
Well...
I mean, this is just a rough scenario, right? Like, you're more or less just trying to keep the sky... I feel like you're just trying to keep the sky up here. That's your goal now?
He just walked out of position, honestly, and that was a mistake. It wasn't really planned or anything. He just moved into the 2 of them. From the low ground, he didn't see them, and they didn't even waste any resources to kill him. So that's definitely not what you want to have happening to you. And they're going to try to go for these bounties.
Oh, Velio. We're going on him here. The cask is bouncing so well for them as well. Velio taking a lot of damage, but should be fine. Too much slow.
Top lane, Mikey barely survives as well.
That's got to be frustrating. You just got a hero low on the map, you move super fast, and you have to run away.
Yeah. You can't really go in. The problem is, Oracle deals a lot of damage super early on. Like, his Purifying Flames, they deal 180 damage, and this spell has very low cooldown. So you can't really Blood Rage yourself and go for anyone, because you're just gonna get destroyed. And let's not even talk about Luna's Lucent Beam, because that's just another one of these spells that deal so much, and they have very low cooldown too. So, as we talked about, Mikey's, well, CS-wise at least, he's doing really well on top.
Yeah, he's actually keeping up.
Yeah. Oh,
Cancelled his TP here. That might have been a mistake. Trying to move him away. One more tap will do it, and Mike will find the kill. Questionable choice. He could have got out as well.
Yeah, he could have gotten out, definitely. Well, just some slight mistakes from both lanes. They are kind of playing well on top and bottom, but just these slight mistakes. One from Witch Doctor when he died, now one from Luna. And the worst part about this Luna death is that she wasted the port, so she has this walk of shame back to the tier 1. She can't really port.
I mean, in fairness, she's very quick. There are worse heroes to have this walk.
Yeah, definitely, that's true. That's true. Some exercise for her though. It's good, you know.
Just taking a pet for a walk.
Get the blood flowing.
Speaking of blood flow, and Mikey is starting to get a little bit worrying in this lane. He's taking the XP advantage now, and once he gets Rupture, Luna's in a lot of trouble.
Very interesting usage of Cold Embrace to save that catapult, to get the tower, to get just a few more hits on the tower. But
I can kind of respect it though. Like Bloodseeker, think of what kind of hero uses this sort of space. If you have to come out and farm here, uses it the best. Bloodseeker is one of them. Rupture's just so good against this lineup.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But Skyrat is porting top and he wants to do something about it.
So well, they need to. They're going to room in place, can cut some shots as well. Silent stop. And Cold Embrace to save the day, but maybe not for long. He didn't get the blood right off beforehand. He'll just turn around and hit Sonico once or twice.
Yeah,
I mean, on the box. Low. TP, can he get out in time? Yes, just about.
He's out. At the same time, though, like the healing from Bashrock's Winter Wyvern, it's great, but these cooldowns on AFK are so low that they don't really care.
Valior.
Have a go on Valior, yeah.
Being slowed, which means Mikey's getting faster. The Blood Riot as well, just zoning him out, and any assistance he would get. They do get rid of the ward. Mikey moving in, silent stop, needs one more tap. The Splinter Blast isn't enough. And now Magical Chase Crew is looking for kill on a Bashrock, but he's running out of mana. He needs assistance quickly. And Arc will be enough to intimidate Mikey. Hasted. Oh, hasted up. Mastermind moving for Blood Rage. Arc just hiding. Oh my gosh, is this going to work? They'll find him in the end. Laguna comes out. Dragon Slave through. They'll clean up the kill. That almost actually worked.
Well, yeah. Almost. That's the main word there.
I mean, like surely they should have seen. I would have thought they would have seen him as well. There was no tree directly blocking line of sight. Pesky fogs, man.
At least Storm survived. Like, he was actually the bigger prize. He had only 100 mana, and he was level 7, while Luna was 5. So killing him would have been more valuable, but overall, still getting that carry down again is really good. And very unlikely that Skyrat survives that fight too. It's just the power of Raindrop. He was gonna die to the Splinter Blast without the Raindrop, definitely. It just blocked out all the damage, and that's it.
I'm wondering how much people are going to start complaining about. Like, I'm surprised to some extent that people haven't really had much complaint about Infused Raindrop. Mikey gets the Rupture on the Arc here, the Blood Riot as well. Trying to slow him down. Nigo Baby arrives to the fire as well to be able to get the kill. Now Mikey getting low on HP, needs to back away. He is pretty fast. Should be fast enough to retreat. As Magical and Flow both rotated up for that, and they get nothing for it. Or maybe they get Bash Rock.
They're gonna get the Wyvern, yeah.
It's kind of surmountable to nothing. For the amount of heroes you rotated, though. That was...
I mean, you rotate everyone on top, you get only the Winter Wyvern, you lose your carry, and your mid tower is almost... it's not gonna fall, most likely, but it's gonna get low.
Yeah, they used the Light Strike array already, so they'll back up here.
So it's definitely worth it.
And it just feels like in that type of scenario, it's not just that you throw all those heroes there to do that, it's also you freed up space for Nico. He came top, he got a kill, and he left.
Yeah, he came, he saw what's... Yeah, he came, he saw, he conquered, he went back to his lane to farm.
And now look at his net worth. He's starting to catch up. He's almost past the Storm Spirit now.
It's going very well for him. What did he buy? Did he go for Aquila? Yeah, just a phase boost Aquila. I just want to keep an eye on him to see what he goes for next. Because in this sort of a game, I believe he can rush Radiance. It wouldn't be... But at the same time, he has this Bloodseeker. And it's kind of natural for a Bloodseeker as well to go for a Radiance. So we'll see what he opts for. It's most likely going to be Radiance on him, yeah.
Yeah, I feel he'll get the Radiance, and then the Bloodseeker gets freed up to go for the Blade Mail into like Sanjay. And actually, yeah, starts up, but he gets over the tree line. But they still see him. The axe will fly through, and it's enough to finish him off. Courtesy of Sonico using the Purifying Flames.
There's just so much burst damage in between them. So Sonico, Skyrat, and these two heroes still so much damage together.
Need more top. Bashrock Got eyes on Arc. Bloodright's going to get out. The Rupture as well. Mikey does get stunned up with the Primal Roar and Flow. We'll just finish off Bashrock. But now you're just walking and tap Arc in the face. Once or twice will do. Lucid Beast's going to come out, though. He gets baited in and killed. Mikey. He thought he had that one.
Yeah, the sticks. He didn't really check for those. And he got baited by Luna. Very unfortunate for him. And at the same time, so they lost. The only core that's surviving right now is Lina. AFK is kind of playing a little bit better here.
Hey, they're going to make up the 20 minutes AFK. We went over this already.
Yeah.
All they're doing right now.
They're AFK for 10 minutes. They're coming back now. Coming back strong. I mean, they're doing well overall. It's not going badly for them at all. But the thing is, they are playing versus the Spectre, and they're on a timer, so...
I feel like the time, like point out as well, the time is not, hey, you need to finish at this point. It's that by this point, your Luna needs to be ahead of the Spectre. That's the big deal.
Definitely. I mean, overall, the Spectre went for Phases Aquila and is going for Blade Mail right now. The same thing is happening with the Bloodseeker. And that kind of... Well, you can fight with Blade Mail on Spectre, and you should. But however, you also wanna farm a lot when your Haunt is down. And they have these 3 heroes that can pick off everyone across the map, so it's gonna be...
They're looking for a pick-off, though. Yules comes out, and they'll find Storm here. Light Strike Array starts afterwards. Don't even need Laguna's enough. Now, Seneko, TP is interesting. He wants to try and use the False Promise. He might have to use it on himself. Mikey chasing on here. We'll back off, worried about the Beastmaster and the damage he can throw out. But now you get the tier 1.
Yeah, very unfortunate. If Oracle was there on time, closer behind the Storm, he wouldn't have died. Sometimes you kind of have to play this reactive game when you're an Oracle, but yeah, they did smoke up for that, and it wasn't really easy to react to. At the same time, Luna is getting some space. She's pushing out top.
I think
so
the more
it's not super horrible.
Like the more interesting thing to look at here is we're talking about those blade mails. Doesn't this, other than the Witch Doctor dying bot, it's like you got ambushed, but doesn't this kind of like force you into this scenario where you're just going to focus out Mastermind, right? Because you can't hit these two because they got blade mail. So you're more or less just putting more pressure on Lina to have perfect positioning in fights.
That's true, but overall, she's the one that's gonna get jumped on anyway. I believe it doesn't really matter too much what items you go for on Bloodseeker and Spectre. If they can't get to Lina, they're gonna go on her. But she already has Yules, and she's building into Shadowblade. So it seems like they're gonna play this game very aggressively, even though they have a Spectre. So the Spectre, well, she just took the broadsword. She's going into that blade nail. The Bloodseeker, I think, finished this. No, he's also going for the blade nail. So they are looking to fight. That's what these items at least are telling me.
They're definitely looking committed. Is this, to some extent, it's kind of... I don't want to say it's because of the Storm. Just only the Storm. But as the game goes on, if he picks up, for example, BKB, your only way of really getting him is usually the Winner's Curse.
I actually would say that it's because of the Storm. They have no ways of catching him. It's very hard for them. Oh, these smokes, they're just gonna walk side by side.
Well, and they won't have a clue what's going on, but they are moving towards the Luna in the bot lane. She has to know summer's up.
Yeah, Luna is going back, but Spectre isn't. Spectre might fall... No.
He's got to be feeling paranoid.
No, it's not his ward.
No, they're going to see him. So starts up, Prime Roar coming out, the Mystic Flare, they'll clean him up.
It's very, very unlikely because Nico Baby played it properly. What he thought is that they were smoking up somewhere around their shrine or their tier 2. So he didn't even go for... He didn't even try to farm anything. He just wanted to go back. And you saw how he went. He went around and over the high ground. But these wards from Team AFK are just so good. They scouted him completely as he went towards them. They just got him. These wards are actually very aggressive and very well placed.
What's the route they took? They went through the jungle. They cut between the two towers. They weren't even seen doing any of this.
Yeah, exactly.
And meanwhile, bot, Bashrock actually uses the Winner's Curse and actually stays all over the Cold Embrace. They're going to jump in. Arc. False Promise on him. We'll go for the TP out, but the Yules interrupts. In the meantime, the other side of the fight, Seneko being chased down. Arc held in place. I'm pretty sure he's gone at the end of this. Pop goes the Weasel. On the other side of the fight, they will at least get Oracle out. But you just traded your POS 1 for a POS 4.
Yeah. It's just the strength of the Winter Wyvern or any of these heroes that have these saves like Oracle or Winter Wyvern. They just buy you so much time that if you commit on them and you don't kill them before they use those spells, you might just get a counter killed. And that's exactly what happened here for this poor Luna. She just wanted the Winter Wyvern kill, man. She didn't want a lot. Just a small little Winter Wyvern kill. Goes back to farming. And then there's Haunt, there's Rupture on her. And yeah.
She's ran out, she's like, hey, Wyverns aren't real dragons. And suddenly the whole side thing like, what did you say? And, well, he didn't repeat it by the end of it. He was too dead to do so. I think the other deal is they have, like, using the false promise like that as well. It's still losing the hero. Like, level 1 false promise is a significant cooldown. 100 seconds. It's not a small amount of time at this stage of the game.
It's not a small amount of time, definitely. What's kind of worrisome for Team 20 Minute AFK is that they have managed to take 0 tier 1s, and they are looking to change that on bottom lane.
Well, that doesn't make sense. We're not in 20 minutes yet. We're only 16 in. 17, technically.
Yeah.
I'll allow this. I'll allow this.
16 minutes in, they get the first tower. So they haven't been AFK for full 20 minutes. That's something.
It's a bait. I mean, clearly, right? Like, it's mind games. You're trying to make them think you're going to be AFK for 20 minutes.
That's true. That's true. They're doing anything they can. Like LOTV, you know what they do? They have that icon. The icon is a viper. No? The team icon.
Yeah, the one where, like, I think the first time I cast LOTV, I was like, there's not a viper in this game.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to bait people. Why do they have 6 heroes? What's happening? And actually, talking to them, they told me some people were truly annoyed by it and actually got debated by that during the game. Like, when your mind is working, when your brain is working 100 miles an hour, it just you just get distracted by that. You check top to see how many of their heroes died in the team fight, if anyone's super low, and then you see a Viper suddenly. Yeah, it's weird. These guys have an Iron Talon. That's what they've got. They have an Iron Talon picture.
Pretty sure that's not going to be a hero anytime soon. You never know, though. They might recycle the assets.
Yeah, they have to... is there an item like
it looks like a hero? No.
No. A cosmetic. Is there any cosmetic for any hero in a 4 talent? Someone should make that. There, so many people would buy it just for the nostalgic reason.
No. Only if it's for Legion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but how do you... I guess.
Oh wait, no. You could do it for Lifestealer though. Lifestealer, that would work.
Doesn't he have? He doesn't have one already.
He has he has these kind of claw things, and then some cosmetics with like Wolverine type blades.
Yeah. I think Lycan has the Wolverine blades as well, but they aren't looking alike Iron Talent. I
think Mastermind's about to set up a fight here. Light Strike Array out, Laguna straight away, Seneco's gone. They might chase for more though. They've got the dagger on the flow. Ark's going to TP out, but interrupted with the Yules. And there's another Light Strike Array available. The Horn as well. Jumper straight in. The Rupture on top of Ark means it's going to fall. The Blood Right just creating that space so no one can interrupt. And there's a Death Ward through. Chase continues from Nico, baby. Flow. It's going to be close, but he'll make it out. Just though. I think one more hit would have done it.
They're actually just being torn apart by these pickoffs. In my opinion, the reason why it's happening is because of the lack of sentries on their side. Well, at least where they are moving, they need sentries. And you can see some frustration from Soneko just drawing across the map. Yeah, like... yeah, that's... It has to feel... Like, he isn't feeling good in this current game, definitely. They're being picked off time after time, and they're playing versus a Spectre lineup, so...
Mastermind's going again. Yules came out. Light Strike Array. Oh, just in time, but they're worried. And there's the Winner's Curse down on the Felior. The cast's going to bounce back across the Magical. Skyruff gives his life, so the Storm Spirit does not need to.
Yep. I believe Storm would have survived there, most likely. The thing is, though, Bashok was kind of close enough. I don't know if he could have caught Storm with Winter's Curse, because they couldn't kill him with the Yules combo at the start. They didn't have Laguna Blade. But maybe after Winter's Curse, they could have, if they caught Storm. So, yeah,
it's
a noble sacrifice. Yeah. A noble sacrifice from the Skyrat, indeed.
I mean, he's pretty intimidating. Like, they're very reliant on the magical damage. And, yep, look at the bot lane. Mikey disappears.
Yeah, this was...
Purifying Flames. Like, everyone underestimates the aggressive use of this spell. It's very potent.
It was very easy pick-off for them. Mikey just went on to Soneko. He tried to go for him. And Beastmaster was near enough to just punish that. And a very easy pick-off for them. But it isn't a mid Bloodseeker or an off or a safe lane one. It's actually an off lane Bloodseeker. So the damage is done, but it's not as great as it could have been.
I mean,
some
the
other.
big concern is Lina right now. She's top of the net worth chart, building a decent lead as well.
Once she gets this BKB, they have almost no ways of dealing with her. There is a Shadow Blade on Beastmaster though, so if they catch her out, they can deal with her. But it's not easy, that's for sure. It's not easy to get to her when there's a Wyvern in the back. Like these heroes such as Wyvern and Oracle, they always make these pickoffs a bit harder if they are positioned well.
Storm making some interesting passes through the jungle. I mean, he's got the Kaya now. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I believe the region was running out on him as well. So just wanted to waste some mana there and outpush the lane. We have a smoke up from Mastermind again, and they're looking for another fight because the Spectre has Haunt and they're ready again.
They've got wards as well. They see every move being made for this jungle right now.
Are they going to opt for Luna on mid or the Skyrat?
They'll find him. Light Strike Array, he's gone. They might move forward looking for Arc as well. The Rupture comes out, the Blood Right, they're using the Horn. They're going to chase through. They need to be careful though, because assistance is coming. Seneco's going to be the False Promise goes out. The Seneco will pay the price. The Blade Mail, the Laguna, Arc taking a lot of damage here. It's going to be a close call. The salves were being used as well. And he'll live.
Those salves were such a play, actually. That helped him. I believe that helped him out a lot. He was burning down to the damage, even though he had False Promise on him. So, a pretty decent play. Again, poor Skyrat walks where he shouldn't, and he dies. But at the same time, maybe that's exactly where he should walk, because he broke the smoke and he saved his Luna's life. So, it's worth it, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the job. That's like the job of the support sometimes. Sometimes you just have to die so your cause can live.
Exactly.
Goddamn heroes. And looks like he's actually going for an Axe first on the Skywrath. So it seems like people are moving away from the Atos that we saw so often.
Well, it seems like Velhor is moving away from the Atos. Yesterday, I think I saw Sky go into an Atos, but overall, Agnes is also very decent. It's a nice pickup. Not certain. Let's just see this game. He already has a setup.
He has got set up.
Roar. Yeah,
plus, they might set it up for him with the Cold Embrace. So I can kind of respect it.
Exactly. He can get set up either by the enemy Winter Wyvern or the Roar from Mikey. So, from Flow, sorry. So yeah, he does not necessarily need that Atos. But Aghanims, going first Aghanims is kind of... It's an expensive item. And
it's pretty
don't
greedy.
Get it. Yeah, it's very greedy, so there's
like,
that.
I'd rather maybe see a Kaya first. Like, that's another thing we see sometimes being more top. Mikey, jumped on dude by Magical, but he will get out in time. Just trying to remind Bloodseeker that he's never safe. He's not very tanky either.
Yeah, Bloodseeker definitely isn't. He's here for the Rupture though, and so far it's
low.
Used well.
Can I blade it up? They should have spotted him there. No, nighttime. They wouldn't have seen him. It would have been close though.
They have a sentry, but they had no vision. Instead, they move toward... Never mind, they just fall back.
I don't think they can do Roche right now. They'd need a Luna there, and she's still feeling pretty vulnerable until she's finished up that BKB.
And she's not that far away. She just needs like 350, 400 gold more, and she's got it. After she has that BKB, they can maybe choose to fight, because...
Got the prime roll here. Nika maybe gets hit by it. There's the hit come through as well. They'll clean him up so easily.
Any comeback kills? Someone is chasing.
Mastermind's on the way. Oh, when his curse comes in, catching on the Velior. Bash Rock held in place in the meantime. Blood Right comes out. Light Strike as well. And they will use the False Promise. Going to try and keep Velior alive. Moving away. In the meantime, Bash Rock does fall. On the other side of the fight, the Horn does come in, but so does Arc. With the Eclipse, will clean up Solon and they'll look to move away. Magical, out of mana. Light Striker ratio to follow from Mastermind. The Blood Right as well, ensuring nothing can happen. The Laguna, he'll be too low and he'll fall. But that was a buyback on your Spectre to commit to doing that kill.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't so horrible, to be honest. I was checking Spectre's net worth before she bought back, before they killed her, and she needed like 200, I think, or 100 for Sacred Relic. After she bought back, yeah, she lost 600, but it's not the greatest of losses if you consider that you did get a kill onto Storm. She didn't help killing Storm, but she did help out zoning Arc. Arc had to go back, he couldn't join that fight any further, and because of that, it was an easier pick-off on the Storm. So, buying back this early on, it still kind of feels weird, but it truly is not as expensive as it used to be, especially as you don't have the buyback penalty after you buy back. So you can use that time, like, he would have been dead for, let's say, a minute, instead he is able to farm right now, so... In that way, It's justified.
I think it's more the tier 2 than anything else, though. They claim that tier 2. And now Mikey in a little bit of trouble silenced up. They'll ball over and they'll find the kill. And this is the same spot your Spectre just died a minute ago.
They should realize they should have realized that this spot is warded and it's not safe any longer until it gets devoured. A bit of a misplay, but overall, I mean, still some space for
I feel like
Spectre.
it should have been obvious when Flo sniped that courier that there was a ward around that area. Like that wasn't like what we just saw wasn't your second warning. That was your third warning. Now they get Roche. They smoke up. They go in. Storm's just going to pressure the mid lane a little bit. They still haven't taken that tier 1. As long as he's shown here, they might not think this is going on.
Even if they think that it's going on without the Bloodseeker, it's very hard to even approach it in any significant way. If there's a Bloodseeker, they could bloodright it from
They might get Skywrath though. Light Strike Array comes out. Velio dropping fast, and he will most definitely
Skywrath maybe.
Moon across. Well, Arc does have the Aegis now. Do they want to go in? Is the question. They're thinking about it. But everyone's out on the side of 20-minute AFK.
Yeah, there's cooldown on Haunt for 15 more seconds, and he's actually getting very close to Radiance. He only needs, what, like 600 more gold? So I believe they can fight even versus Aegis once that Radiance is up.
I mean, they've got pick-off power. That's the thing, right? You got Lina, you got the Blood... Like, Bloodseeker can just eliminate someone from being able to participate with the use of the Rupture.
The Rupture, yeah.
And then, obviously, Lina with the Light Strike Array set up from the Yules.
Yeah, Lina has been doing so much already. Just Shadow Blade into Yules on anyone, especially on this Oracle. Like, if you can get the Oracle out of the fight instantly, there's no hero that can save them from the onslaught that Spectre and Bloodseeker bring together. So, very well played by Mastermind so far. And this guy he doesn't get noticed a lot, but he's been in the scene for a while now. And he's actually a really decent mid player. Surprised that... I mean, they did get far in the close qualifiers, but yeah, some teams like OG are really hard to shoot through. So.
Shadowblade on Shadowblade action here. Flow's just ended. Mastermind, I don't think he's going to risk it. He's just going to head back. Good choice as well. Flo was getting close with that prime roll. But now they're going to push on your tier 2. And, I mean, this Luna is kind of unapproachable. She cannot be your entry kill.
Yeah, definitely not. At the same time, Spectre is just porting base to finish that Radiance. Maybe now they find an opening.
They have got Horn. They see them split for a moment. They'll probably look to use it.
They might smoke up here in the base and go after them. Do they have a smoke? Nope. It's in backpack. So
oops.
Most likely nothing's going to happen. They are taking control of this high ground though, and Winter Wyvern
jump in, pings come out, Bash Rock jumped onto his, Glimmercape to protect, the Horn comes out, the front row on the Mastermind, but the BKB out just in time. And now Nico Baby goes deep, looking for Leo, should be able to find the Mystic Flare already used, which means he won't be able to follow up. And on the other side of the fight, they clean up Magical, chasing for more flow, trying for the TP out, not in a good place. Arc does use the Eclipse, staying alive in the meantime with the false promise, but he knows he's going to pop. He does have the Aegis to come back again, but on the back foot, Sonico is going to fall as well. And it looks like Arc might fall twice, because they have got enough mana for another Light Strike Array. Here it comes. Oh, BKB in time. Arc going to stand and fight. Mastermind needs to back away. Can't in time. Double kill. But they get him in return. It's a team wipe. They do claim 3 kills and force a buyback on the Wyvern.
Well, they did get the 8 monster kill streak off of Lina, but overall it was a disaster. It was a disaster for 20-minute AFK because they went on both. Like, it was perfect for them, honestly. You have Aegis. You're fighting on your high ground. As they are walking towards you, they have no idea where you are. You jump on that Wyvern, you don't finish him fast enough. At the same time, you jump on the Lina. You try to roar her before she uses BKB. You don't manage to do that. You don't blow either of the targets up. Storm has like 50 mana after killing off Wyvern. It's only the Wyvern that dies, and then after that, it's just easy pickings for Team Singularity. They just went one after the other and just cleaned them up.
I mean, that's kind of the thing right now is the Glimmercape cancels out so much damage that the side of AFK have. Mikey? Yeah. We'll see this BKB here to get away. Bashrock used the Glimmercape to protect him as well. We'll just feel the Witness Curse is worth it so he can get out.
Yeah, definitely. The cooldown is not the greatest, 80 seconds. Yeah, it is a long cooldown, but saving his life, why not? He's actually fairly fat. Like, his net worth is on 6k. He's above all the other supports, so when he dies, he kind of gives a decent chunk of gold.
I think it's also the creep waves are pushing, so they can't really capitalize.
Yeah. we talked about at the start of the game how these heroes such as Winter Wyvern, they always have farm. And that's basically why. He's hiding in the trees, just using Splinter Blast to outpush the waves. He just by doing that, he creates so much pressure because this Storm or someone, they have to react to it. They can't just let a Wyvern that's a position 4 or 5, position 4 this game. You can't just let him do that all the time. He's pushing in your wave, and that's preventing you from doing any action because if you make a smoke and your lane is pushed out, it's very obvious. And they're smoking up on Singularity.
Yeah, they don't want to give us tier 1. They do get dewarded. Light Strike Array connects on the 2, though. Now the Horn coming in as well. They're going to jump straight through. The ball line in the back foot. Solan's already going to fall, but Seneka will be joining. The Primal Roar comes out, but actually Orc got forced to use the False Promise himself. Arc, the Eclipse does nothing as Mikey just runs him down. You force the buyback out on the Skywrath, but can he get back involved in this fight in time? Mastermind moving forward, looking for more. Yules is up onto the Skywrath. Magical trying to ambush him. Will Shadowblade looking to move away. The Witness Curse comes out. Magical can take a little bit of damage, but it creates the space. Light Strike Array out. Magical taking a lot of damage here. The Mystic Flare. Actually, he's going to live. Magical zips through. They'll clean up both Mastermind and Bashrok. And Velior, he gets the value out of his buyback.
I mean, Beastmaster, man. What a hero. Oh, the zips are real.
Oh, Mikey. He's looking for this Magical. Can he get out? No, one hit will do it. They'll find him. So close.
That was actually so weird. Like, I was certain Lina and Winter Wyvern there to deal with Storm and Skywrath and Beast, but Beast summons his little beasts, and what does he get? He gets a troll. A perfect setup for Velhor Skywrath Mage to use his Mystic Flare on Lina and completely shut her off the fight. Killed her.
I feel like at the start of the fight, the weird thing that happened is that double Light Striker effect, right? Like, that happened, and they did try and initiate on it, but at first it looked like they were reluctant, right? Like, there was a slight delay in their response. They didn't expect to hit 2.
Yeah, and also at the start of the fight, Oracle kind of outplayed Lina with the Fate's Edict. As she was channeling the Laguna's blade into his face, he used Fate's Edict on himself, completely negated the damage. I actually thought that might help them win the team fight, but it didn't. Singularity is just much stronger right now, and even without these big spells,
it's kind of like when you use False Promise like that, you're in a scenario where, like, okay, we don't want to fight. Like, this is a bad choice. And we saw how grim the outlook was for this Luna. Still reliant on the Eclipse to win fights, but with these BKBs being picked up, not getting what he's looking for.
Yeah, she absolutely did nothing there. She was ruptured, and it was just, she disappeared. Used her Eclipse, but it didn't do anything. Versus the BKBs on Bloodseeker, it's very hard. They have an Aghanims now on Skywrath. The long-awaited Aghanims. The one he's been building for quite a while. We're gonna see if it's actually gonna be of any value to his team.
I mean, in fairness, he broke bank in that previous fight. Got himself 2 big kills.
Yeah, he did buyback, but he still did get a lot out of it. So
I mean, look at his net worth. It wasn't that expensive anyway.
Yeah. Let's have Lina hunting again, moving in.
She wants more kills, man. She's got a Lincoln's almost constructed as well, which would be pretty handy against this Beastmaster, which is their biggest concern right now.
Spectre is in the trees. Yeah, like, this isn't gonna happen.
Hello? Got a gem. They'd see them come on. The dagger's been thrown out, though. They chase on the Velior. Nika Baby moving past the tree line. It's a long pursuit, though, and he hasn't got any assistance nearby.
They know what's happening. The Luna is bottom, and the Oracle is bottom, so they don't really want to contest right now, but
Nika Baby use the horn. Flow, held in place, revealed by the dust. They'll finish him off. They get the gem from that as well. And Velior being chased onto here. He's going to get low. The dagger won't finish him off, I don't think. It would get back in, healed up just enough. Meantime,
for a Beastmaster, it's...
Yeah, like they get a Beastmaster, they lose their tier 2 bot as well. It's not really the fight they're looking for. It just felt awkward, right, when we were watching it. The length of chase that was going on. You just knew that AFK was going to milk that in the bot lane.
I mean, Skywrath was kind of unfortunate there. He used the concussive shot, but he didn't get the slow off.
Oh, Nika Baby.
Spectre!
Blade Mail comes out, though. Can they actually fight right now? They're going to try and share the damage between them, and they use the False Promise just to ensure that the Laguna comes out in Arc. In the meantime, BKB's activated. Mikey going to stand fight, but needs to back away. And he is moving fast because everyone's low. Arc is going to be close, but he should just about live. Nope. Maybe not that close.
Nope, not that close indeed.
I don't think they were purifying flamesing him. Mistakes made, and now Sonico, he'll pay the price for not healing his carry. Double kill from Mikey, but he wants more. He's so damn fast right now. Moving on to Velio. The ult does come out. Blood right waiting when he comes down. The Light Strike Array, they'll finish him off. Everyone getting low on both sides here, but Singularity able to capitalize in the end.
Yeah, it wasn't only that they weren't purifying flaming him, it was that he was moving. I believe the rupture was on him, right? And he was moving during it, so it was...
Yeah, there were a formation of issues with that fight from multiple people. It didn't help that he kept attacking Mikey, who had blade mailed himself.
Yeah, and they started off well. They went to Nico Baby, but he was just way too tanky. Like, he's deceivingly tanky. He has 2.5k HP. With the level 20 talent, he doesn't have... Now he has a Reaver, and now he's not deceivingly tanky any longer. But when they went on him, they didn't really understand just how much they needed to kill him. And as he popped the blade mail, they just didn't want to hit him any longer. Then the Storm went onto low ground, lost all his mana, and the Glimmer Capes are just causing so much chaos in these fights. Like, they aren't bringing enough dusts, enough sentries. I believe that's a problem with the position for Skyrat, is you want to have these null talismans in your inventory so that you you see, just as I'm talking about it, he's switching dusts and sentries.
Like, what are you talking about? I've never done that.
Yeah. He's switching dusts and sentries where his null talismans were. So basically, we're gonna have a fight here.
Let's try to do ward right now.
Maybe not. But yeah, the inventory slots are possibly...
Mastermind, they popped his Lincolns. Prime Roll's going to hit the Mystic Player as well. Mastermind getting low. Can he actually get BKB off? No, he can't. Mike's going to stand and fight. The Horn does come in the back, but they're going to chase away the supports. And Magical, he's out of mana and out of time. Belial's going to fall next. And Sun Echo might not be far behind. The Rupture goes on to Arc. And they use the Cold Embrace to buy time for Bashrock. Nico Babe's going to walk in the Blade Mail out. Suddenly have to use the False Bronze. The buyback coming in from the Storm Spirit. They do put down the Blood Right. Mikey is still going to fall, though. And in the meantime, Nico Baby, he's staying alive. Arc should pop in his false promise. He's done so much work. No, he stays alive. Blood Rage actually working in his favor as they did pick off the right person. And Bashrock, he's in full retreat alone with no one to help him. Magical will look to finish this off.
Has Glimmer Cape though. Let's see. He's gonna
hide. He hasn't got TP. He has no TP.
No, it's not. He has no TP, but...
Slow, shameful walk to the side shot.
I mean, at least he saved his life, so it's alright. This Glimmer, man, like, he's doing so much in this game. Maybe even the Storm Spirit should carry a dust. Instead of the bottle or something, at least when he has no charges or runes. Wouldn't be bad.
Well, they got a Roche now. And they kind of need it with that buyback they used on Storm.
Yeah, the buyback was definitely worth it. Luna survived that fight, which I actually did not expect, but the heals were on point. And the Mask of Madness actually works very well with the Fate's Edict, so false promise, I mean.
I think it's also the fact that they've got the urn plus salve sitting on the Oracle. So it's like that time he was able to stand... Basically, he was able to just stand next to Luna, whereas the previous engagement, she kind of ran away from him, and he couldn't follow.
He was able to be there close to her and just save her. Also, the Vessel, once it's done on Oracle, it's very hard to kill a target that's false promised and that has a Vessel on her, because you can't break it. And it heals you so much, it's ridiculous.
It's also the length of time. Like, the length of time that False Promise lasts. You can essentially get 2 Spirit Vessels out.
Yeah.
Actually,
very strange that they lost that fight the way they did. Well, Storm did buyback, and now they're in a very bad spot.
Mastermind went in biz. Oh. Pop the Lincolns, Rupture comes out. Meanwhile, Magical jumps in, looks for the kill, and Witch Doctor will be able to find it. They're chasing on an Arc. They want to try and get him. There's use of the False Promise again on the back foot. Belial being chased onto. He will fall, and so will Suneko. But Magical, can he get away in time? He will be able to. But Luna, being forced to fight here, will try and get Sullen, but the Cold Embrace comes out, and she pops. And that is the kind of defense you're looking for. You expend the buyback on the Witch Doctor, but you get more than what you were hoping out of it.
Yeah, they killed this Luna, the Skyrat, and the Oracle for just a Solon's Witch Doctor's buybacks. It's definitely worth it for them. They didn't lose the Aegis on the Storm Spirit, but these engagements, when he jumps in and tries to kill one target, it takes too much time. That's their biggest issue, because it allows Singularity to just completely figure out where everyone is and counter attack.
They thought they'd figured out where Beastmaster was. Through that pesky shell there to get away. And this is an interesting thing, is itemization. I feel like they need a Silver Edge, because this Spectre, I mean, he's got the dispersion talent now. It's even more concerning at this point.
Who do you think should buy it? Maybe Flo?
I feel like Flo is the only one who can buy it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Silver Edge on this Beastmaster would be really decent. He's opting to go for Lotus instead, though.
An interesting choice.
It's yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard. Like on paper, you're thinking Silver Edge. It's gonna help me versus Spectre, and on paper, it sounds all right. But when the fight is chaotic like that, when you're also the initiator for your team, when you need to catch a good target with your roar, it's kind of difficult to get close to the real Spectre when all the illusions are running away, you know, everywhere. It's not as simple as it sounds to use it properly. And then she has Manta afterwards.
Would you rather see someone that could pop Lincolns then? Because I think that's the other big concern is you got this Prime Roar. How are you?
He has force. He has force for the Lincolns though. That's all right. He has that one sorted out.
So he's basically so they're kind of like all committed, which is. I don't think it's the wrong choice. I think they have to be at this point, but usually we see a different focus. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Prime Roar comes out. Nico, baby. He is dying very quickly. The Eclipse gets committed as well. He's being protected in the meantime, trying to back away. The false promise just to ensure that Ark will not die. They'll get the kill. They'll pop the Aegis on Storm in the meantime, and now the supports have to run. Light Strike Ray is good. Control is there. Mikey just hitting in. They'll kill off Ark. And Magical, he needs to get the hell out of here. There's a buyback on Spectre, and he'll have to be happy with that. But maybe not so happy with the fact they lost 3 heroes from it.
They lost 3 heroes, but they forced the Spectre's buyback, and now they're actually going to be forced to buyback themselves definitely, as Singularity is going to pressure the high ground.
Luna does have that buyback, and like I said, she'll be forced to use it. Spectre just proving how damn tanky he really is.
You know, he killed 2 beyond the grave. He was dead, and after that he got a double kill. It was ridiculous. Just the Mantas there.
Now, price must be paid for your mistakes. Before you kill Spectre, and now Spectre's going to kill your tier 3. They might even just go for the racks.
They just might. I mean, they will, unless Luna buybacks. I'm pretty certain. Let's see what happens. They smoked up. Storm is just clearing the creeps.
Go on, Malala.
There's nothing stopping this Lina from attacking the Raxes. I guess they don't really want to trade the buybacks.
Oh, Primer on the back foot. There's your buyback. And an interesting time for a pause. So, this is totally not tactical. Something happened. There we go. Skywrath had a connection issue. It was actually not Singularity that paused this. Flo must be so frustrated right now.
Yeah, this is...
Your element of surprise just completely disappeared.
Buying back on that Luna to go in and... Just... Yeah, this is really weird. This is really hard for them. They're gonna have time to react on both Lina and Mikey on time. And it's like, who did they roar? They roared the Spectre. And
there's a Lotus, which means
close enough.
Yeah, they can't follow it up.
On yeah, he has Winter's Curse off cooldown. He already glimmered the Spectre. He gave her Lotus as well, so you can't really. I mean, you can use Mystic Flare and then silence her, but it's looking grim for Team 20-minute AFK, to be honest. But maybe
once again, I assume we shouldn't be translating those.
All right, this I can't. This I can't understand.
Okay.
So the bottom line is end 2 for you, but the speed thing I don't get it.
Alright, I think we're good to resume. See what they're gonna do. This is not looking good though. Flo, surrounded, but no, mate gets some assistance. Flo just trying to retreat. In the meantime, the other side of the fight, BKB comes from Mastermind. Laguna just to shut down Seneko. No chance of a false promise coming out. And actually, they just choose to back away off the back of that.
That was so anticlimactic, actually.
Like,
and it's
why though?
It's because of the pause, 100%. The pause just made everyone a little bit too worried. So they did spend the buyback on Spectre, and it's very unlikely that she dies there, but in any case, they didn't really want to commit completely, so they moved away with her, and...
I feel like they could set up to go in again, because, I mean, the big concern is Witch Doctor needs mana, but once you've got that, with the Time Oracle's dead, maybe because
I
you
mean,
have got the
in
Horn.
my opinion, and in your when you're looking at it, like when you're watching the game from distance, like we are, and we have this God mode on, we see everything.
Oh no, I agree, but the thing is, they got rid of the Oracle. That's the problem right now. Is Luna is so tanky because of that, and Velior gets caught out. They use the Horn as well, going to chase through for more flow. They can't get him with Shadow Blade, moving forward on Arc instead. Nico Baby wants this kill, but can he get it? Is the question. It's a little bit too tanky. Low flow. Shadow Blade will run out soon. Nico Baby just wants some assistance. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Solon's going to get sniped out. No. The Voodoo Restoration plus Tranks keeps him alive.
Look at that. 300 region per second, man.
Feels good.
Yeah, feels good. From 0 to 100. Anyway, overall, they are taking their time, and they are super careful about this. Perhaps they will wait the next rush. I believe that you were right, assessing the situation that after killing that Oracle, they could have forced the high ground, but perhaps they didn't know if the Oracle had buyback or not. Because...
That's a fair point.
Actually,
I think it's also
buyback.
maybe a case of their base is fully exposed, so if they make one wrong move, it's a Luna.
Definitely, if they make one wrong move, they lose the game here, actually, because Nico Baby does not have a buyback. So it's super easy to lose this game if he dies. But it's very hard for him to die. And Oracle actually has a cooldown of 5 minutes on buyback, so they should have known that he doesn't have it.
And look at this. Singularity
Luna,
smoked
though.
up. Luna's pretty far out here.
You
They
don't
looked
see
the
him,
wrong
though.
way. They might just go back to hitting the high ground. It's a lot harder now because Oracle is alive again.
Storm zipping in.
No,
Just
he's
kill the creeps.
dipping pretty far away.
Oh, he has no mana.
Okay, now he's out of mana. But he got back into the base just in time. Concussive shot was too frustrating to deal with.
They're basically just choking them in their base right now. This is a slow strangulation movement. They're not letting them move away from their high ground. And most likely what's going to happen is they're going to wait for Rush, because if they were this careful so far, there's no reason to just force anything until Roshan spawns.
Oh, I agree. Like, you can kind of tell when people wait this long, you know Rosh is going to be soon. Which means that actually for 20-minute FK, they need to get out of the base and start taking control of the map, getting some vision down.
But it doesn't look to be... it's looking grim for Team 20-minute AFK, definitely. Especially as Mikey finished his hex as well, so Storm isn't safe any longer either. It's very easy for them to kill him too. There's no way for Mikey... Well, he can Blood Rage the Storm to break the Lincolns and then hex him. But overall, it's very easy to catch him right now. It's very easy to kill.
He's got his BKB, so he should have time to react to that, I'd think. Let's find
under
out.
vision,
That's cool. Looking to move away. Oh, they pop the Lincolns, but they can't get anything else off.
Yeah, there was this pesky Hawk here giving visions, so he wasn't caught there.
Roche will be up in 20 seconds, so probably going to converge towards that pit soon. And it's hard for them to actually contend on the side of 20-minute FK.
They have to fight. They have to fight this Rosh. If Rosh spawns, they're gonna smoke up and fight it for sure, because they can't fight 2 versus 2 Spectres. It's kinda hard enough to blow her up once. If they have to do it 2 times, they probably realize that it's not gonna be possible. So, do they have a smoke on anyone? Do they have smokes at all? Actually,
doesn't look like they've got it at all.
Yeah, so they're just gonna have to go and fight.
Look at Mikey.
And...
Oh, Horn comes in, moving forward. They want to try and actually get Velior here. They're a little bit too far away. Spectre will jump in. Dagger gets thrown out. That'll slow him down. Velior should fall here. Playmail used, though. Nico Baby just a little bit paranoid about this.
What's he gonna do? That's just a Haunt wasted, and that's it. So...
I mean, in fairness, he did have the Arcane. And it's level 3. So it's only 84 seconds cooldown.
Yeah, it's not the biggest of deals. You're right. It can be actually quite deceiving for 20-minute AFK. They might try to fight this because of that. And they can be surprised by the new Haunt.
I mean, that's kind of the case. It's a little bit harder to see on the Spectre as well, due to the fact that this hero is purple and the rune is purple.
Yeah. And the rush is up. They're all just gonna go there right now. I believe they have to contest this. There's no way they let them.
There's no way. If they don't stop this, like you said, double Haunt is just a nightmare to deal with. And on top of that, like the Aegis on the Bloodseeker or the Lina, either one's going to be... It's probably Lina. It's just going to be too much to handle.
Lina has buyback, and so does Bloodseeker, so they can even give the Aegis to Spectre, actually.
Actually, yeah, probably Spectre, because then if you die and you've already Horn, you've got the Refresher Shard.
Yeah, he has the buyback, though, in 50.
There we go.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Aegis for him. Refresher Shard as well. Says thank you very much. I'm feeling a little bit spoiled.
Yeah, this is very difficult to deal with right now. They did not contest that Rosh. They couldn't, I suppose. But right now, what do you do? This is basically checkmate. You have 2 lives and 2 haunts. It's looking very grim for Team 20-minute AFK indeed.
Gonna move in. They want to at least get their hands on this Rax first of all, but the pings come out. Oracle will make it out. If they found that kill, I mean, that's the most important one. We keep like I can't.
If they found the Oracle, it would have been even more over than it is right now. Because honestly, like this game, it's.
Ball lightning in, moves on the Mastermind, force him to use the Yules defensively, but Nico Baby just stand on the front line, hitting buildings. You don't have any easy way of forcing them out, really. Your Skyriff will probably run out of mana before he runs out of health.
Oh, these Masters trying to do
Winner's Curse on the Arc, moving around the side. Bloodright's going to be there as well. They use the Abyssal on top of the Skyriff, trying to kill him 12 time. And there's Arc, gets the Eclipse out. But Mikey, he already uses BKB, chase him through. They'll kill off Flow, but they're not done just yet. He'll stand and try and fight, but Arc stunned up. Nico Baby just wants to get him. But he's getting low on HP. The Satanic is thrown out, but the stun's coming through. They'll pop the Aegis with the buyback on Lina. Mastermind back in the fight. Well, there's the Refresher Shard used. Haunt's going to chase through, gets them back into the Fountain. And this might be a second lane. This has gone better, I'd say, than 20 minutes AFK should have maybe had it go.
Much better, actually. But a lot of buybacks were wasted. But...
Oh, Lina come across. No, they don't go for the Yules play. As there is that pesky Lotus Orb there. Bashrock's buying a lot of time, though. Magical is out of mana. They have to use the False Promise defensively to get him away, and Arc just trying to move forward. We'll find the kill to Bashrock. Buyback on him. Light Strike Array comes out, and Arc, he's got the Satanic, but no one to attack right now. Disarm in the meantime, he's trying to be healed up. Hex on the back, but Soneko can't help, and Arc will fall. And that may have just sealed it. They're going to move in right now. You have to buy back at this instance. You can't afford to waste any time here.
Yeah, she's gonna have to use it, definitely. Once Storm has enough mana to initiate, and once Skyrat is up, I believe he'll buy back.
There's the buyback, jumping by Magical, jumps straight on top of Mastermind. The Cold Embrace to protect again, though. And now the Primal Roar, just trying to start Mastermind. Nico Baby moving across. The Rupture comes out, Arc being stunned. In the meantime, Mikey just runs in. He'll shred through them. Nico Baby getting low on HP, will finally fall here. But the Winner's Curse comes out, and they claim a kill and a Magical in return. Bashrock. I think he's not going to make it out of this in one piece. They'll chase through the buyback from Storm just to ensure he does die. And they hold.
I mean, some very interesting movements by Team Singularity. Overall, yeah, they did waste all their buybacks. Did Lina buy back as well? She did, right? She bought back and
she bought back.
Again.
She bought back and TP down.
So she died back, actually. And Spectre does have a buyback, and they're going to force her to buyback. Most likely, they're going to run straight down mid. Winter Wyvern also does not have a buyback. It's actually looking bad for Singularity right now.
It was pretty grim. Like, I think the worst part came when we saw the Spectre use the Horn when they were run back to the fountain.
Yeah, that's exactly... that was really unquestionable. Why use the Refresher Shard there and use the way he did? Like, the thing is, if he didn't do that, what Refresher Shard allows you to do, like, he could have fought on, died, respawned in the base, bought back, then use the Refresher Shard, haunted in, and finished the game. But
now it's the high ground that's going to feel a little bit pressured, and I'm not sure how long they can wait.
Not a little bit, because they have no way of defending this.
I mean, it's Luna.
Yeah, Lina and Winter Wyvern, they're two actually can defend high ground, are both dead, and it's very hard to defend without them.
They're going to go tier force. Going to force this. Mikey moves in, the Hex comes out, there's the Horn as well. Arc staying alive, just trying to actually get into this fight. The Eclipse comes out, and Nico Baby has to back off, but Magical down to half mana and almost out of health already. They might actually kill off Solon here. The Glaives are bouncing, they'll get him with the Lucent Beam, but now they need to back away. In the meantime, Sonico does fall to Mikey, and Arc, the Maledict, doing a lot of damage along with the Rupture as well. He tries to stand his ground. Magical moving in with the Vortex. Not going to be enough, though, as Mikey will just walk away. The Hex comes out, and Magical's down. Nico Baby, he wants more. GG gets called. They know it's over. As Singularity, I mean, it was a lot closer than they would have liked, but they seal the deal.
This little scare at the end, we definitely did not expect it. Also, though, trying to go for tier 4s there was very cocky indeed. Like going for tier 4s instead of taking another side of Raxes and falling back. I guess they felt that they had no way of winning the game anyhow, but they proved that they did. Like, it just feels like Team 20-minute AFK, they just give up a bit too soon. It just I can feel some frustration in them. I don't know how to describe it, but they're not giving it. Like,
I feel like it was desperation. Like, you're in a scenario where, okay, this is great, but when they're all alive again, we're just going to be back to being stuck in our base. And that was probably their worry. But, I mean, that is the first 2-0 we've actually had for this whole tournament. And Team Singularity, they, despite the shakiness towards the end of that game, convincing victories in the end.
Yeah, they gave us the first best of 2, actually. They didn't give us a third game. Shame on them.
That's
Shame
outrageous.
on them.
But don't worry.
Outrageous.
Calm down. Calm down.
Almost. They tried.
There's more action, though.
And on Bashok. Yeah, there's more.
You know what we got next? We've got Megalada versus Vega.
Megalada. Oh my God.
They're back again.
The Russian powerhouse. Powerhouse. Megalada. Do you know what Lada is? You do, right? The car?
Yeah.
And Megalada, man.
Is a Megalada like one with nitrous in it or something?
Yeah, you put some vodka in it. You put some rakia and
vodka nitrous.
Yeah, that's it.
Give you that boost. Well, okay, we'll see if they have the boost they need to win that series in a few minutes, guys. So stay tuned, and we should be back soon with Megalada versus Vega.